Okay, so before this starts, I was using the wrong recording thing at the beginning. So there's going to be a few clips where Zach's audio switches to his phone's audio, so it sounds a bit dodgy, or Jack's audio's not in it, although he doesn't speak that much. So yeah, sorry about that. We will sort it for next time. The second episode will be a lot better, but yeah, this is all just a trial and error. Enjoy the podcast. Hey guys, and welcome to the first ever podcast on the channel. Yay. Yay. Okay, so we've been trying to do this for probably about a year now. Like, we tried and did it when there was about 5 of us, and now there's 3 of us, and it's easy to do. We've still been trying for about 3 weeks, but...
Well, yeah, I wouldn't say it's easy, because it's like 2 of us come online, then we're waiting for one person who lies about being online,
Jack Laws. We planned to do this last week, and then Jack Laws didn't show up, so... But yeah, so, welcome to the first ever podcast, hopefully, one of many. Right, but, if we're not very good at this, don't blame us, because it's the first episode, and it probably won't be that good. True Geordie said on one of his podcasts that apparently it takes 100 episodes to get good at a podcast, so...
Oh, I can't.
That will take a long time. But, yeah, so, we're going to talk about whatever we want. We're not really going to do stories, because a lot of people on podcasts do stories. We'll just talk about whatever's relevant. We might throw in a story if needed, won't we?
Hell yeah.
But,
Well, I don't think we live, like, interesting lives enough
yeah, well...
to even tell, like, that's funny.
We've... right.
Oh,
Brilliant
yes.
start. So, I've not really told these two that much about what we're doing. We're gonna ask a few questions. I'm gonna put it on my Instagram story, and ask for some questions from you guys. And then I also have a conspiracy theory that we're gonna talk through, which we'll get to later, because yeah. So right, I have a first question for you boys, because obviously the basis of our channel is gaming. How do you feel the gaming scene is at the moment with games and stuff like that?
Boring.
Well, no. To be fair, it has, like, for the past year, as soon as Fortnite came out, and, like, the PUBG, the Battle Royale scene kind of revived the gaming thing on YouTube. Like, before that, it was completely dead. Because even people like PewDiePie and that started off doing Amnesia and stuff, they moved on to, like... PewDiePie's pretty much a commentary channel now, isn't he?
Well, it's just memes, pretty much, yeah.
Sure, yeah. So it's just like Fortnite and like PUBG, I think that revived it a lot. But obviously Fortnite, I don't know. I wouldn't even say Fortnite's dying. Like it's still.
I mean, it is a little bit. Like the relevancy of it is a little bit. But then when you look at like Ninja, how many views he's getting still?
Yeah.
He's
probably still earning so much money, even this late in. Like I don't like Fortnite anymore. The hype around it's kind of died for us.
Yeah. I mean, we still try and play it for videos, but when we do, it's literally just for videos and nothing else. And none of us enjoy it when we're playing it.
Especially you, Isaac. You don't like it, do you?
No. Like, there's parts of it where I don't mind. Like, if we're just having fun on it and just messing about, it's like, it's kind of okay. But
yeah, but that hardly ever happens now.
Yeah, I know. Because we're always just annoyed and it's just a pain to play.
Yeah.
So, yeah. To be fair, though,
Yeah.
when I think back to it, right, I actually can't think what we used to play before, like, Fortnite and PUBG. Like, there was Siege for a lot, but apart from Siege, what else was there?
I'm pretty sure that was it.
Genuinely, we'd played Siege for, like, half year, and then...
Yeah. If you're talking about YouTube content, then I'm pretty sure it was literally just Siege, and then Fortnite kind of... I think without Fortnite, a lot of your views wouldn't have come in.
True. I mean, some of the, like, bigger videos are on Fortnite, so...
Yeah, so thanks, Epic Games.
Thanks, Epic Games. Wow.
Oh, yeah. We forgot to do the disclaimer.
What's the disclaimer?
About... Right, you will be hearing a lot of... and
literally, every single one of us is ill. Like, Zach had it first, then he passed it to me, and now Jack suddenly got it. So you will hear a lot of sniffing and coughing and... Yeah.
Well, I spoke to Jack earlier at sixth form. He didn't even seem that bad. He came on Xbox today. Literally sounded like he was dying.
Yeah, well, it wasn't great. It's not great. But we're powering through for you guys. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Dedicated YouTubers, am I right? Back to the gaming thing, though, to be fair, like, I kind of see the Battle Royale, like, just Battle Royale as a general, I feel like that's declining a bit because even though it's been kind of revived by Apex Legends, it's still the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
as much as it is a bit different, it's still the same based content.
Yeah, you can't really change it
You
that
can't,
much
which
at all.
I feel like there needs to be another wave because, like, I feel like before Battle Royale, the massive thing was open worlds like GTA and things like that. Before that, it was
Yeah.
COD and kind of FIFA.
Well, like shooters have always been like in the background.
Yeah.
Not always like the main.
I mean, they were the
attention,
main
unless
thing
it was
when Modern Warfare,
like Modern Warfare
Yeah.
2, yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah.
but ever since then, it's kind of.
They've always been there.
I feel like
Like,
they're kind of like they're still always going to get sales, but they're never going to be like dead hyped because it's
Yeah.
the same thing over and over again.
Jack, you're portraying a lot of views
I was
here.
going to say, I was about to, I was trying to mention it. I was going to
letting
finish
you
my
two
sentence.
finish.
Jack, you've not said a word.
I was letting you two finish. He was in a good
Go on then.
flow.
What have you got to add, Jack? What have you got to add?
That's boring, isn't it, gaming scene?
Why? Why is it boring?
Because it's just dead. Nothing new's coming out. It's just got to a stale point in like the year, and like
I get what you
Just
mean though.
boring.
To be fair, before Apex Legends, what were we doing? We were genuinely just floating between games and just sitting on YouTube, not
Yeah.
knowing what to do. Like the only time I came on Xbox for about 2 or 3 weeks was to record, and then I just went off because I couldn't be bothered. It was boring.
It has kind of died down. Apex is kind of revived. Like you said, it revived it a little bit, but it's still just
That's
like,
what I mean. Like at the
you're gonna
moment,
play
yeah,
it,
it's like a tiny spike that's just gonna die down after a few days.
yeah.
Well, not a few days, but a few weeks. There needs
Yeah.
to be another wave of something different that blows up.
My dream game, well, literally, I've always said this. My dream game is a GTA where everything is destructible and like realistic.
Yeah,
So it's like, as sad as it sounds, you can hijack a plane and fly into a building, and that building will collapse.
yeah, right,
You know what I'm referencing, but I'm not gonna say it.
yeah, right.
But like that kind of thing.
I had a
love that.
thought though when we were on about it. Do you think free games or just games in general being free is the way forward?
yeah, then I don't have to pay for them.
No, but I mean, for
Well,
like a game to
like-
be big and like really successful and blow up and have loads of hype behind it, do you think it has to be free? Because
Doesn't need it to be successful on everything.
I don't think it needs it to be successful and everything.
Well,
but
it obviously helps. Like Fortnite being
if
free.
Fortnite wasn't free, it would have half of the hype it has.
Yeah, probably. It's like PUBG. I mean, well, I don't know. You can't really compare PUBG and Fortnite
No.
just because they're that different in terms of game mechanics and graphics and things like that, and the problems that PUBG had on Xbox when it was
It was
released.
not great. Yeah. But then as well, like I know for myself, like I looked at Red Dead 2 and I was like, I actually do want to play that. I actually like the look of it. It looks kind of good, and I'd like to play it. But I can't bring myself to spend 40 quid on a game, especially after
Yeah.
having Fortnite and PUBG, which were under 20 quid or free. I can't bring myself to pay 40 quid for a game anymore.
Thinking about it, it's probably what gave such a massive impact was that it gave, like, it is entertained everyone who's played it
Yeah,
for a massive amount of time, more than some other games. Like FIFA, if you buy that 45 quid on like day of release, however much it costs, and then you play it, by about 6 or 7 months in, you're tired and you want the new
Yeah.
one. Whereas Fortnite, although it's died down for us, it's still going now.
I think it appeals
And
to
it was-
a younger audience as well, because like when I was a
Yeah.
kid, I couldn't afford a 40 quid game. Like I had to wait till either my birthday or
Or
Christmas for a game that I wanted.
Yeah.
So
I used to get those PlayStation 2 games. It was like free for £6.
yeah, the old
Yeah.
game deals where it was
Yeah.
3 for £5.
Yeah.
They were beautiful. They were
Yeah,
beautiful deal.
they were
beautiful deal.
sick.
But I think where Fortnite went wrong was just the map. I actually genuinely think that was the
They
issue.
just needed a new map.
Because it's just there's way too much on the map, and if they'd just added a new map instead of just whacking all this just crap all over the map,
Yeah.
because it just doesn't look very good at all.
Having a base map as well, and then getting like a fan favorite place
And then
from
just-
that,
Yeah,
and then just completely stripping it
messing with
away,
it and, yeah.
like a certain Moisty Maya.
Moisty Maya. Like the just
Oh.
think like for us as well.
Wait. Just like
Take a minute.
a minute silence for Moisty Maya. Starting now.
Right now, that's
Yeah, I was
over.
gonna say we're really not gonna do that.
Back
Let's
to the
not do
video.
that.
Yeah.
Let's not do that at all.
I stared right into the camera for the whole thing.
I just looked around awkwardly because I didn't know what to do. But thingy. Well, I was gonna say something, then you interrupted me. But it was like when we used to play it, our base thing. We went from that start mountain. We went round Salty to the factory to Dusty Depot, and then when they changed that, it was just like, well, what do we do?
What do we do now? Yeah. Snow one was like the worst of the live events. There wasn't like a proper build up to it like there was for the Cube and the.
Marshmallow's good.
What? Alright, cheers, Jack.
Love Jackson.
Right, he
love
did
Jack's
that
impulse.
live thing, didn't he?
Yeah, but I mean, I thought that was
Ouch.
pretty cool.
Right.
Oh, so you think Marshmallow's cringy? Why do you think Marshmallow's
Yeah, that's a
cringy?
good point. Why? Oh, you're asking me. I
What,
know.
me?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
why?
I do. I don't know. I just feel like his music. I could just imagine like a 5-year-old dancing to it, and I just can't get behind it. It just cringes me out very much.
I don't know that song with Bastille that he's got. That's kind of good.
I-
The sad one.
I want you to be happy.
oh, that one.
That-
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay, right. We've got a first question off the Instagram, and it was when and how did you guys meet? I mean, it's kind of a basic question because
Well, no, not really. I mean, we've never properly described it, and there's nothing much in the videos that describes how we really know each other.
true.
Me and
And
Zach
it-
matched on Tinder.
Grind.
Well, I've. Oh, well, do you?
Right,
what do you
yes,
two wanna
actually, we'll
start?
start because me and Jack have known each other since like I don't know,
I'm just
year 2, year 3,
yeah.
around that time.
I'm just-
But then we were never in the same class as each other, yeah. But obviously we did kind of just know of each other from like football at playtime and stuff like that. And then
Oh, the times.
yeah, and then when we went up into like year 7 and 8 and stuff, we all just kind of went into a massive group of all boys. So it was kind of a bit then, and then
That's
I feel like it was probably year 8 and 9, or probably year 9 when we chose triple science. I feel like that's when me and Jack like mainly connected, wasn't it? Because
yeah, triple science. The
triple
times.
science banter was beautiful.
For me, it was obviously like I've always known of you two, but I was in a very different group at school because obviously in schools you always have your different groups. Like as sad as it sounds, you've got your popular group, and then you've got like the loner kids who've got their own little shitty group, and they don't talk to that many
Me and
people. And
Jack
then you've got
were,
like
we were kind of in the popular group, but like
you were in the
Yeah.
popular group. Well, to me, obviously, to you it doesn't like. You can admit it, boy. It's like to you it doesn't kind of seem like
yeah.
that. But for us, I was in a group called the In-Betweeners, and we literally had like a group chat and stuff called the In-Betweeners because we were the in-between kids. Like I wasn't with Jack or Isaac or any of them people of Tom that we used to play with or anyone like that. I was off with my other mates, Lewis and Aaron and whoever. And then
one day we randomly decided to go in
Well,
an Xbox game together and play
no,
zombies.
actually, me and Jack have known each other longer because Louis Murray used to play with Jack at football. I'm pretty sure.
I can't remember that. To be honest.
Never mind, right? Fuck that. Well,
Like you say, it
somehow
was an in-betweener. The times changed.
you two knew each other somehow, and then that caused me and you to talk. And then obviously we made that video on YouTube. That was like one of the first days I'd ever met you. That video on YouTube of you singing.
I just remember the first time really meeting you was when you went out with Holly.
Holly Burke, yeah.
That's the first time I remember. And I used to go we went IKEA and that.
Yeah, and we had your scooter.
The first
So me and
Yeah.
Jack, like when we met and stuff, we used to hang out when we were younger, and then it kind of obviously you went off with the popular lot, and then I was
Wow.
with whoever, and then obviously me and Isaac met through Xbox. So it was Christmas 2014.
literally, I was sat on my own on Xbox. There was no one online, and I saw that I was like into was it Black Ops 3? Yeah, Black Ops 3 Zombies at
Yeah.
the time. And no one else was online. And then I saw you and Luke on it. And I was like, screw it, I'll join it. Before that, I had no like interest in like talking or
Yeah.
anything to you. And then after that, I just kept playing Zombies with you over and over. And then you slowly
And then
like joined in with
merged
just
into your
me.
group.
And then you kind of just started coming to us at lunch because I'd made such a good friend with you. So
Yeah, I also knew Liam like since year 7 because we were in the same tutor group, and then I spoke to him on that day, and then we got into our second tutor groups, and we were still together. We were sat there, and he was like, "Why don't you come sit with us at lunch?" I was like, as cliche as that sounds, that is literally how
yeah.
us lot became good
And then
friends.
at sixth form, obviously, I feel like we all just. I don't know why we did. It's just all of us just decided to go sit
Merged,
like
yeah.
away from everyone else
Oh,
and be in
yeah.
a more like secluded group. I don't know
Yeah.
why we actually did that.
Because it's
but-
like, I'd say it was because we were like the people that played Xbox the most, but it wasn't even much like that
yeah, I know what you mean though.
because obviously them lot played Xbox, but it was like we had our little group where we played Siege and stuff. Them lot were playing FIFA,
Yeah,
so obviously we all played the same games, and then we just made our own little group, and that's how the meme team was
Wow,
formed.
Yes. Speaking of us calling the meme team, right? Let's throw ideas together for what we call the podcast. We probably should have done this at the beginning, but oh well.
Yeah.
Right. So I had the idea of meme team talks. So I thought that was quite a good bomb.
That just kind of roll off the tongue.
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Meme team talks.
Meme team.
Or if anyone else has any ideas to throw out there, what we got, boys? What we got? Anything? I'm not. I don't know.
The meme team
It
podcast.
must be basically. One day, maybe one day, we'll have a whole studio where we can all just sit together and talk.
Oh, if only.
Penis powers.
Alright, I'm gonna be back in a second. I just need to turn my light on. It's gotten a bit dark outside.
Oh, brilliant! That's
Yeah. Preparation.
wow. Well, as you can tell, this is our first thingy.
I'm gonna leave the window open in the background though for aesthetics.
Oh wow! Right,
You're not one of them queers, are you?
right.
Right.
Well,
Sorry about this. Right. You and Jack talk for a little bit. My mum's messaging me saying your assistance is needed ASAP.
brilliant. I mean, we could take a break. We can
ASAP
pause.
Rocky.
Yeah, just
Alright,
pause
we'll
it.
take a break,
Right.
boys.
Sorry for being shiny for the next part of the video.
Why? He's sweating.
Sorry, my tits off.
Brilliant. Right, okay, so I thought of a question, right, before, or at the beginning, I asked about what you thought about the gaming scene at the minute. Right, I want to ask you what you think about the YouTube scene at the minute. Right.
In what way?
So, well, just in general, like, is it a bit boring, or... Because in my opinion, right, I don't know, at the minute, every time I go on the YouTube app, I'm just a bit like, meh, I can't really find much to watch, I don't really know what to
Yeah.
watch. I feel like there's no, like, standout people at the minute.
I was just taking my jeans off.
Okay, lovely. But, like, you know how, like, obviously before 2018, the standout was Logan Paul. Last year...
Well, was it?
Last year, there wasn't that many standout people, and then at the minute, don't really know. So, what do you think of YouTube at the minute? Because the thing as well, I think everyone's becoming too censored as well. Like, obviously, that's not their fault; that's YouTube's fault. But
Yeah.
It's-
I don't know.
have I asked
a
a
hard
complicated question?
I don't know. Like, I know where you're coming from, as in going on YouTube, and it's kind of you kind of struggle to watch from it. It's like really interesting.
Yeah.
It needs someone new to blow up.
But then,
Yeah.
do you kind of think maybe is that because we're getting older and people aim content towards younger people? So like Logan Paul, like we actually did watch his daily vlogs, but then now I feel like I can't sit through one of his vlogs. I find it just cringy and boring.
Yeah.
The only things
I don't know.
The only thing I watch on YouTube at the minute is like Vine compilations because I find them quite funny.
It's either that or it's like Daily Dose of Internet.
Like,
I sit there and watch them for ages.
I don't
I
mind
have-
like
Siege.
Shane Dawson. I quite like his videos, or like TGF. Obviously, still like them. People like.
I feel like with TGF though, they're kind of recycling
boring
a
now.
lot of stuff.
are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
they've
like they've
run out of
almost ran
ideas.
out of ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as well, they keep doing stuff that's just it's kind of a bit boring. Like it sounds bad, but I want to see
Childish.
them be hurt. That's kind of the point of their channel. Whereas when they're just doing like, oh, it's travel somewhere, that's a bit like meh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I still watch people like David Dobrik. I get another thing is like you've got to take what you do as well. Like a lot of things that come up on YouTube now for me is FIFA, because I started playing FIFA. Things such as 2Sync and those kind of YouTubers, which I'm guessing never pop up anywhere.
yeah, literally, I've
you
never
are.
seen. I like people like even the Sidemen when they do FIFA stuff. I don't know if they still do FIFA stuff, but none of them come in my recommended ever.
Yeah. It's like I don't know. If I go onto my recommended right now, it's like it's Joe Weller
Right.
for some reason because I watched like one of his videos.
Mine's Yes Theory. I've been watching quite a bit of theirs. I quite like their videos.
I actually like. I don't know. It's just for YouTube for me. I'll put on a video. I'll scroll through all the like recommended stuff below it, and I'll just start watching random shit from that.
Oh,
it's
well,
like I've watched
yeah.
a video about editing photos, and Memulus and a lot of iMalix pop up in my recommended as well.
Yeah,
I get Alex. Yeah.
but
I just get Siege YouTubers as well.
It's like I watch David Dobrik consistently, and I watch 2Sync quite a bit, and then iMalix pops up every now and then for
I
me.
feel like
But apart from
I
that,
feel like David Dobrik and Fitz are probably the only two
Oh, yeah.
YouTubers that I'll consistently can watch, and when I see they've uploaded, I'll be like, "Oh, let's click that straight
Yeah.
away."
yeah.
Apart from
That's like
that,
with me. Fitness
And
friends,
MXZ. I watch a
Oh,
lot of MXZ.
I watch fuck all of MXZ as shit. I don't mind the silver people in his videos, so they're alright.
Yeah, they seem right. To be fair.
Right, I'm just gonna go check if we've got any more questions. Although I feel like everyone's just gonna kind of just ask stupid questions. Who has Big Gay? Um,
All of us.
we've got-
All of
Chris.
us.
we've got which one of you is most likely to go to an insane asylum?
Ooh,
Right.
Probably
me.
me.
Mm,
I'd say me.
I'd say Zach.
I'd say
probably.
me.
Actually, I
Okay,
feel
where's
like
that
Jack's like a hidden psychopath.
Mm.
I know. Right, this is quite a good one. What is the most memorable moment you ever had? Well, that's kind of hard as well at the same time.
What?
It was when I was
As
dicking
in,
Zach's mum. What?
Is it the meme team or like just in life in general?
If it's in
'Cause if it's life in general-
I have no idea. Wow, I love motorbike
Right.
gangs coming past. This is right in
Sense
my
what my
videos.
peak
What's
are.
everyone's most memorable moment then?
It's either the first video we ever did with Tom of us getting drunk playing Siege, or
Memorable.
See, my one bit is I don't know why, because I feel like this is the first bit of a video where I just lost it laughing. Was when it was me, Jack, Tom, and Jack had laughed or tried to laugh and choked on Fortnite, and I
Oh.
just started fully laughing. I don't know why. That's like my first memory of like funny bits in our videos.
I always remember Tom when was playing Siege. He punched a hole in a breakable wall. No, it was you punched a hole in a breakable wall, and then he
Oh,
just
yeah.
popped up and went.
Yeah,
I always like that one.
yeah.
I actually
That's
don't
quite a
know.
hard question.
Yeah, for us, it's not. For us, it's just playing Xbox though.
Yeah.
It's not really like we don't purposely try and be funny
It
and
is
stuff
ju-
for
like-
video.
I feel like that's why it works. If we were trying to force comedy, like I don't think any of us have the ability to force comedy. Do you know what I mean? Like none of us are like comedians. None of us can. If someone says make a joke on the spot, I could not. I genuinely couldn't make them laugh. Like it'd be
Probably.
awful.
No, I can vouch for that. Yeah, I wouldn't make him
Oh,
laugh.
wow. Okay, cheers.
All right, Isaac.
But
It's stuff like that randomly comes out that kind of makes our content.
it
well,
is
your-
just like
our
random,
content.
like when I lost it when you joined on PUBG, just stuff like that. It's literally none of us put anything on for videos. It's just us playing, and that's kind of what makes it.
Oh,
Boys.
Right, I'm
And with-
leaving the meme team then.
Wow. And with that, let's move on. I'm going to move on to the conspiracy theory. We can come back to questions after
Please be Tupac.
if it's too
Please be
quick.
Tupac.
Right. Do you know what it is, boys? It is.
Please be
It's
Tupac.
the flat
Is it-
Earth theory. Right.
Oh, for God's sake.
The thing is, right, I said that when you read into it, it actually can make a bit of sense.
Right.
You've got to go
No.
into it with a bit of an
No,
open
it
mind.
doesn't, man. Science
Earth is
proves
not
everything.
flat.
I don't believe it's flat, but some of this stuff is a bit like, oh, actually.
Right, go on.
Right,
You
the
never know.
Earth's
Right,
spherical.
well,
Science
before I
proves it.
start, what are your thoughts about it? But I mean, you've just kind of expressed it.
Ah, nah, giving up what I just said, I reckon the Earth is flat. You know, it just is.
I don't.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, it's killing me.
Obviously, I haven't done research on it, but
Right.
I have a strong opinion on opinions anyway. Like straighten off a bit. Gay people, shut up.
Oh, bro,
Right.
that's a really good job. When next time you're going for a job, just get that clip up.
If you're gay, right,
This
It's
is
not-
not going well. This is-
it's not a big deal at all.
I get what you mean.
Well,
It's made a
you
big deal.
don't-
It's made a bigger deal than it needs to be. I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's just like the whole gender thing and the gay thing and the whole LGBT kind of thing. It's like, just shut up, just get on with
Right.
it.
Anyway, back
Like-
to flat Earth. Right. So, right, there's a right. You've got to go into this with an open mind, right? You can't just be like, "This is stupid." No, shut up. Right? Okay.
Depends if it's stupid or
So
not.
there's a foundation of it, right? All information comes from NASA, and first off the bat,
NASA
people
fake the moon
think,
landing.
people think the moon landing's fake. So people
Yeah,
don't
the
think
moon
that
landing is
NASA
fake.
is that trustworthy. Do you think that? Right, let's go on to that. Do you think the moon landing's fake or not?
No.
Yeah.
Right. There are quite a lot of things though. Like the flag is waving in the video. How is there air in space? There's not. So how could it
Isn't.
flap?
How did the cameras get through the Van Allen radiation belt?
And
'Cause they
when
won't be
when you
able
play
to.
the tape, there is actually something reflecting in the middle of space, which genuinely looks like a massive camera type thing. So
People say that they paid Steven Spielberg to do it, though, don't they?
I don't know.
In terms of the flag being like wavy, as if it's windy, if it was shot in a studio, then surely the flag would just be like flopped down. It wouldn't.
Yeah,
actually
but they
wave.
they at the time they might not know what the conditions were like, so they thought, oh yeah, we'll make it stand up.
This is something.
But then
Right.
people have said,
No, carry on, Jack. Sorry.
I was gonna say, people said that they put a metal rod in the top of the flag, which is why it stands
Yeah.
up.
But this, I didn't know this, and this is actually, like, I was kind of like, oh, right, okay then. Apparently, the original moon tape, like the tapes of it, and the recordings of it, they don't exist anymore. No one knows where they are, and apparently even if we knew where they are, they wouldn't have the technology to play them. Like, that doesn't make sense to me, because it wasn't that long ago, and stuff from, like, before that time, we still have, and can still watch or read or anything. So how have they been lost?
Because they was
Sorry, but you don't lose something as important as the moon landing. Like, know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know.
but anyway,
Yeah, I don't.
that's like the basis. So obviously NASA not that trustworthy and stuff like that. Yeah.
Mhm.
There is also, I didn't know about this. There's a picture of the world that NASA released a few years ago, and the clouds on the formation, like there's identical clouds, like at least like 7 times. Clouds repeat themselves, like an exact copy, which means it's been photoshopped. And so people think, oh, well, if they're photoshopping pictures of the world with clouds on it, you know, is it? I mean, that's not exactly a massive thing, but yeah.
Mm.
And then
Do you have the picture?
do I have the picture? I don't have the picture, but I can find it later on.
Right.
Because I've seen it. And also, there is, like, obviously, this is a bit tenuous, but religion, there is a picture and it does say that there is a dome over the world. Like, it's covered by a dome. And there could only be a dome over the world if it was flat.
The Simpsons.
So,
There could only be a dome over the Earth if it was flat.
Yeah, well, you can't have a dome over a round thing, can you? Unless it's just a ball. Like another ball of glass. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
but
obviously it's
nowadays
said in
science
religion,
is
so
that
it might not
advanced
even be
it can
true
prove-
that, but...
Well, it depends the size of the glass or the dome. What? I don't get what you mean by that.
Alright, well, we'll move on, because that's a little bit meh, right? Because it's in religion
Yeah.
anyway. Right, so...
Wait, what conspiracy did we start with?
Flat Earth.
The Earth
We're
being
still on that.
flat.
Jack.
Oh,
Right, so now I'm going to go a bit deeper into it, okay? So the theory is that Antarctica is an ice wall that goes around the flat Earth, so it's like the barrier or the border of it. And, right, as
Bullshit.
stupid as that sounds, right, a while ago, nearly every single nation, or any nation of importance, signed a contract to say that Antarctica's off bounds. Like, you can't go into that country unless you're with someone or being guided by someone. Like,
Isn't there
you
Google
can't,
Maps?
you can't build that. Jack, Google Maps, if it was a theory and it was a true, who's to say that Google Maps isn't edited or something?
Because Google Maps is a reliable source.
But you can literally only go into it if you're being watched or if you have a guide of some sort. So what's to say they're not
Oh,
stopping
yeah,
you
you're
from
probably getting
going
eaten
to
by a
distance
polar bear.
where that is? What are your thoughts about that?
The Earth's flat.
Alright.
So they signed countries signed a contract.
Like, all countries and nations of importance signed a contract to say that people can't go into or build in Antarctica.
Is that purely for the reason of they don't want to create pollution in that area because of the melting of ice caps and things such as that?
Well, it could be.
Or 'cause they
This is all
can't build
just
on it 'cause it's
theoretical,
ice.
isn't it?
Well, yeah.
But
I don't think people are taking that out of context. I think it's genuinely just because of global warming is an issue enough that we're melting things such as the ice caps and things.
I suppose, but yeah. Alright, next point. Okay, this is where I started to be like, actually, maybe. Right, so there was a plane. This is this is a genuine, like, this is factual.
It crashed in the English Channel when they found a body and missing what?
No, Jake.
Tell
There
her.
was a plane that was going from the Philippines to Los Angeles, and someone's water broke.
It flew into the World Trade
Jack!
Center.
Stop interrupting me!
Shut up!
Right. So it was going from the Philippines to LA over the sea, and someone's water broke, so they were giving birth, obviously. So they either had the option to turn the plane around or keep going to LA, and it's a fair distance, right? So they either had to decide which one to do. The plane ended up in Alaska, which, when you look at it on a map, obviously that doesn't make sense to me just saying it. That is the complete opposite direction. There is no way that they would have been able to end up in that,
Yeah, well, Alaska's like north and to the left
yeah,
of it.
in Alaska. But, right, on a flat Earth map, from the Philippines to Alaska, on the route they are, that is an exact straight line on the flat Earth map. It's literally a straight line, like perfectly.
Wow. So they created a
What?
map that
Wait.
fit the theory.
I want
Oh, I
to
can't
search the flat Earth map.
So, if you look at the
And have
map
it.
from the Philippines to Alaska, where the plane was, it's a straight line. It doesn't make sense for them on a round map to have ended up in Alaska to get this woman to a hospital. It doesn't make sense. So,
Wait.
you know, that was where I was a little bit like, maybe.
Well, how do you know that this story is true for one?
Because it is true. It's a true. It's like a news article and stuff like that.
Sorry, I just punched my mic.
So, yeah, that was the first thing that I was a little bit like, ooh, maybe.
I'm not good with maps. So I don't know where anything is.
Right. So there's that. This next bit is kind of a little bit more of like the fact that the government knows
A fucking
about it.
stretch.
No, the next bit is about the fact that the government knows about it and is basically trying to distract you, right? So the theory is about like, it's all about materialistic desires and stuff like that, and that's made to distract you. So in TV or in like rapping now, it's all about how much money you have or what you own or something, when in actual fact, or like how much going out and spending stuff at a restaurant, when in actual fact You don't really need any of that, and it's made to distract you. So that's a little bit like, that's a bit of a stupid thing, but at the same time.
What?
And the thing with the rapping as well, people say nowadays more than ever, they're all rapping about like drugs and stuff, which actually, in theory, apparently, makes it more appealing to kids and stuff, which also dumbs them down, makes people easier to control, distracts them from the fact that the Earth might actually be flat.
No pumps killing the world.
Yeah, exactly.
What? No, my whole. What? Why would they care so much if it was fucking round or flat?
Because
why would they care this much to make this much shit up about it? So they
because
fuck off.
What if?
Fuck off.
So
Fuck off.
what if we were on a flat Earth and it was like a test? Have you ever watched what's it called?
Test.
What's it called? Where they're in like
Hunger
a
Games?
city. It's a bit like Hunger Games, but it's something else. I don't know what it's called.
Fiction, because it's not real.
No, but it'd be like that, where it's like a test, like a government test, where we are.
No.
And people, the
This
theory
is-
also is that the government, like the fact that all psychedelic drugs are illegal, when they actually open your mind about the world and make you more,
Oh, yeah,
well,
I've
apparently
heard that
make
one.
you more, like, more aware of everything.
Psychedelics makes you
whereas
see the
stuff
world
like-
for what it actually is.
Whereas stuff like alcohol is legal, which kills way more people.
I'm gonna read a bit.
But psychedelics are legal in some countries like Portugal.
Well, maybe Portugal don't care about the flat Earth then.
Yeah, but you can't just say that. Anyway, there's a YouTuber called Curtis Bate or something like that, who he walked around with fucking sticks, right?
Sticks.
Placed them in two parts of the world where curvature should take like effect.
Yeah.
So pretty much, he set up a stick in one part, and then one in the other, and then set up rulers to like calculate the angle of a shadow.
All right.
So they placed them in the exact same place, and the shadow does have a difference because the Earth is fucking round. It's fucking round. Stop with this stupid shit. I will kill you. I will find you. I may look harmless. I will find you, and I will kill you.
You do look harmless, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Look at these tits. I'll still kill you.
There's also have you heard about this? Right, there's a drug that's called DMT, and apparently
Yes.
90
Zach's probably heard
Yes.
about it. He knows all about
apparently
it.
90% of people, when they first do it, they hear in their head, "We're so happy you found this technology." Like 90% of people say that they've heard that.
That's probably one person saying it, and then everyone else just taking it on. Like, oh yeah, I heard that. Oh yeah, I've done it. I've heard that.
But that's kind
So I
of
was
mad.
supposed to, oh, have you done the good stuff? You done the ganja? And I was like, oh yeah, I've had a few spliffs in my time. But, yeah.
But then the whole thing of it is basically, it comes back to the government. It says that if you're on a ball flying through space at thousands of miles an hour, you're meaningless and anything you do is pointless. But on a flat Earth, where there's a dome on top and it's a test or whatever it is, you have a purpose, so what you do has meaning. That's the theory. So, if it's round, it makes it easy to control because no one cares about anything, and the government can control you more. Whereas if it's flat, some people, think.
The Earth's round. Science.
Yeah.
proves
Are we in
it's
agreement
round.
that the
Science
Earth's
is
round then?
right.
The Earth is fucking.
Yes.
Did I not sway you with that?
No, not at all.
Alright.
The Earth is.
No.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go check one last time if we have any more questions, and if not, then that'll be the end of the first episode. Yay!
Yeah.
How long was it been?
50 minutes.
Yeah, round about that. Someone asked, "How are you always so joyful?"
Drugs.
I would say that.
There's about 4
Yeah.
questions saying, "How old are we?"
well, let's focus on one question first. How are we so joyful? The truth is, the power of editing, that is left up to Isaac how joyful we are.
Yeah.
As in some videos, you can see me getting annoyed. We all get a bit annoyed at each other. And by that, I mean I get annoyed at these two very often because I have a very short temper. Yeah, we're not. we're not all.
No.
It's
You've all
like,
heard me play
It's all
FIFA.
a lie.
yeah, majority of the time when we're actually
Suicidal.
no, yeah, there's like 2 days a week maybe where we all come home from school and we're actually got a little bit of energy
Like
left.
today.
Like today, yeah,
Well, it's Monday today, so
Yeah, start of the week.
fresh from the weekend.
yeah.
Yeah. Someone else asked, who is your favourite in the group?
Oh, that's a difficult one. I'll have to go with Jack.
I'll have to go with Ozzy.
I'll have to go with Isaac.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
No, I'll go with
Okay.
Zach then.
Well,
Zach's my favourite.
I'll go
No,
with
joking.
Jack then, so it's a triangle. It's all fair.
Yeah.
There we go.
Wow. We're all about fairness. Right, so we're going to leave that there. I hope you enjoyed the
Equality
first
for
episode
Okay.
of the
By
podcast.
the way, before Isaac forgets, I'm 17, Jack's 18, and Isaac's 17. He completely disregarded that question. He's probably forgot about it, haven't you?
Yeah, I did. I was about to end it without talking about it.
So when Zach did the playing Siege drunk video, he was underage.
Wow.
I mean, I'm 18.
Although
I'm 18.
Yeah. Cough, cough.
I've been 18 for 2 years.
Okay, well, we're going to leave it there.
the wage gap exists. Goodbye.
Out! Run me! Right.
He should just end it on that.
Well, no, I want to do an outro, but Jack just keeps interrupting me. Right, if you have any suggestions for how we could improve or what to talk about or topics or whatever, I think we're just going to probably do like news or like stuff, whatever we find or decide to talk about. I don't know how frequent these are going to be either, because this was an effort. This
It was.
took a long time to put together. But yeah, if you enjoyed, please subscribe and like and stuff like that. And yeah, goodbye.
Bye.